Vanessa Bryant just broke the internet, and not for the reasons you might expect. Word on the street is, she might be pregnant, and social media is exploding with opinions. I do not want to see her move on. I do not want to see Lauren London move on. I do not want to see any of y'all move on. That is the energy people are throwing out there. But what truly shocked everyone? LeBron James stepping into the fire. In a twist nobody saw coming, he allegedly confronted Vanessa directly, calling it a betrayal of Kobe's legacy. Here is what reportedly happened. LeBron snapped, and the world saw it. According to folks who caught the Instagram live before it vanished quicker than a bootleg UFC stream, LeBron looked straight into the lens and said something like, "You need to chill. Timing matters. Respect matters. There are some things you just do not do, not like this." No official footage has surfaced, but Twitter lit up with screen recordings and re-uploads faster than Ice Spice memes on a trending page. So, what triggered King James to say that? Simple. Vanessa's name had been trending non-stop for days. The rumors said she was pregnant. That alone had people shook. But what sent the whole internet into meltdown was who she was allegedly pregnant by, and not just any man. The word is, it was a young baller.
The internet has been crazy the last couple of days about this Vanessa Bryant story. I know y'all have heard it at this point. There was a rumor going on for the last 3 or 4 days that Vanessa Bryant, the widow of Kobe Bryant, was pregnant. Then there was another rumor that she was not only pregnant, but potentially pregnant by a young baller, basketball player.
A young baller.
That was the quote that was in the news. It said a young baller. I'm assuming they meant basketball.
The internet has been in full-blown meltdown mode for the last few days, all because of one name, Vanessa Bryant. If you have been online at all, you already know the rumor. It started quietly and then went nuclear. Vanessa Bryant, the widow of Kobe Bryant, might be pregnant. That alone was enough to start the chaos. But then came the twist that set everything on fire. People started whispering that she was expecting a child with a young baller, yeah, a basketball player. That phrase, young baller, showed up in headlines like a red flag. No names were dropped, but that did not stop social media from playing detective like it was an Among Us livestream. In minutes, the theories took over. Some pointed fingers at Lakers rookies. Others swore it was a high school phenom she had been mentoring. Twitter, aka Toxic University, had no chill. The reactions came fast and raw. Disappointment, disbelief, and flat-out judgment flooded every timeline. Queen's Flip, always raw with it, said it best. "Look, she has the right to move on. It has been 5 years. That's her life. But in the world I come from, in the code we live by, that's cold." And honestly, that was the vibe across the board. Because in today's world of deepfakes, AI edits, and viral chaos, people just were not convinced. Alleged screenshots of a baby bump were everywhere. Fan theories exploded across Reddit. From suburban moms to street TikTokers, everyone had something to say, but when LeBron stepped in and addressed her publicly, it stopped being gossip. It became a full-blown scandal. The IG Live only lasted 5 minutes, but it cracked open a storm that had been building quietly since 2020. To understand why it hit so hard, you have to rewind. LeBron was more than just Kobe's teammate. To many, he was Kobe's successor, his peer, his brother. And when Kobe passed away in that tragic helicopter crash, LeBron carried that grief like a second jersey stitched to his chest. So when rumors hit that Vanessa was pregnant by a young hooper, someone from the same world Kobe once ruled, it felt personal. A line had been crossed. This was not just about moving on, it was about legacy. Some fans believe LeBron was not just defending Kobe, he was protecting Kobe's daughters. Especially Natalia, who was allegedly being dragged into rumors and harassed online. The internet? Divided like never before, half of people screaming, "Vanessa has every right to live her life. Let her move on." The other half shouting, 5 years is not that long. And definitely not with some TikTok baller. But Queen's Flip? He dropped the hammer. His take was raw, honest, and cold-blooded. He said,
walk around in public with black veils and black dresses and just be in a constant state of mourning for the rest of their lives.
Well, that's extreme, but I would want your business to be private because we still hold these guys in high regards in our mind.
Have you ever noticed how Lauren London still gets side-eyed every time she steps out? That is the exact same energy Vanessa Bryant is now facing. There is this unspoken cultural code that women who lose iconic partners are expected to remain in mourning forever. It is deeply toxic, yet widely accepted. Especially when your man was a legend. Kobe was not just a husband, he was a symbol. And now the world expects Vanessa to wear black forever, to only smile for the kids, to never appear as though she is moving on. It is cruel, but that is the price of the throne.
Bad. His father died at 69. It's kind of young, Art. 69, an NBA legend. I think he died of a broken heart. I don't know the details. I'm just speculating. But for an NBA legend to be dead at 69, I ain't hear nobody say he had no chronic medical disease or nothing. I think the man died of a broken heart. He might have died of...
That is exactly why LeBron felt the need to say something, because in the court of public opinion, he is the last standing Laker king. So far, Vanessa has not clapped back at LeBron directly. But let's not pretend she does not know how to throw shade. 2 days after his IG live, she reposted a meme of Rihanna that said, "Me protecting my peace, not pregnant, and having fun all summer." She captioned it, "I mean, I am not the only one. Now tell me that is not aimed at someone." Kobe's ghost is still in the room, and that is why the internet is spiraling. If the earlier parts of this story showed us the fire, now we are tracing the smoke back to its source. Because this drama between LeBron and Vanessa did not erupt out of thin air. No, it has been quietly building for years, hidden behind camera flashes, beyond Lakers' locker rooms, and buried deep within the fractured dynamic of the Bryant family. And here is the wildest part: Kobe is not even here to speak, but somehow, he is in every single frame of this chaos. So let us pull back the curtain. Because this is not just a pregnancy rumor or a heated IG Live moment. This is about unfinished business, broken loyalties, and secrets that never had a chance to heal. And to truly understand it, we have to start here. Even Kobe Bryant's funeral failed to unite his own family. Yes, you heard that right. In one of the coldest twists in NBA history, Kobe's parents did not speak at his memorial at the Staples Center. In fact, Vanessa Bryant never even mentioned them in her eulogy. Let that settle in. This man won 5 championships, had 2 jerseys retired, gave his family financial security, and yet, even in death, he remained caught in the middle of a family war. Here is the backstory. Kobe's relationship with his parents, Joe and Pam Bryant, went sour in 2001 when he married Vanessa. She was only 18. He was 22. They met on a music video set. She was still in high school, and the Bryants were not feeling it. Joe and Pam reportedly believed Vanessa was too young, too Latina, and not the right image for their son. That created serious tension, especially since Kobe did not even invite certain family members to the wedding. Years later, things escalated again, this time over memorabilia. In 2013, Kobe sued his own parents for trying to auction off his high school jerseys and championship rings without his permission. And even after the legal dust settled, Kobe cut them off financially. The shade at his funeral was not just noticed by fans. Dr. Umar Johnson, Black Twitter's unofficial dean of hot takes, lit up Vanessa for how Joe Bryant was treated.
Vanessa Bryant, are you going to take care of Kobe's mom? Kobe's gone. His father's gone. What about his mom? Now, I understand she bought his sister an automobile, but an automobile, that ain't nothing. I can go buy an automobile. You can buy an automobile. Are you going to take care of his mother? That's my question for Vanessa Bryant. And I'm going to be honest with you, Art. I'm disappointed in the NBA and the retired NBA players because I can't believe nobody is calling her to task in her neglect of Kobe Bryant's parents. That man left her a sizable estate, man. A sizable...
Dr. Umar's statement had the culture in a chokehold for a week. Some people agreed, saying Kobe's father deserved his moment. Others defended Vanessa, arguing she had every right to control the funeral after years of disrespect. But once again, the energy was undeniable. Vanessa was drawing lines, and it was not going to be the last time. Just when it seemed like the family drama had hit its peak, Vanessa ended up clashing with her own mother, Sophia Lane. And bruh, it got ugly. Sophia claimed she had been unpaid labor while helping Vanessa raise her daughters, especially after Kobe's death in 2020. She filed a lawsuit against Vanessa for $5 million, saying Kobe had promised to take care of her financially for life. Vanessa clapped back hard, releasing a statement saying, "My mother is continuing to try and find ways to extort a financial windfall from our family." The lawsuit exploded across the internet, from the Shade Room to ESPN. But it exposed something even deeper. Even Vanessa's own blood was not fully in her corner after Kobe's death. And maybe, just maybe, that is why she is so guarded. Why she might have snapped when LeBron confronted her on IG. Because this woman has been living in a war zone since 2020. Let us be honest, being Vanessa is not just about being a mom. It is about upholding a legacy. Nike is still selling Kobe merch. The Mamba Foundation is still running. Every time someone says Black Mamba, Vanessa is expected to look composed, respectable, grieving, but still inspiring. But how long can someone live in permanent mourning? Vanessa's IG is always pristine. Her statements are legal grade. Her appearances are Fashion Nova meets Oscar de la Renta. No missteps, no scandals. So the moment she even looks pregnant, the streets lose their minds. Why? Because people want her frozen in time, forever Kobe's widow, forever the mother of his daughters, forever the keeper of his memory. So now let us circle back to LeBron's IG live. He did not pop off just because Vanessa might be pregnant. That was not the only trigger. There is a theory circulating online and gaining momentum that LeBron's frustration is rooted in something much deeper. Kobe's legacy is under siege and no one is protecting it. Whether it is Nike flipping Mamba merch, TikTokers turning his quotes into thirst traps, or Vanessa possibly dating a young baller, LeBron feels the pressure of being the last true elder statesman. That is why his IG live felt so personal. Because to LeBron, it is not just about Vanessa moving on. It is about what that represents, a chapter closing without a proper farewell. But do not forget about Natalia Bryant, Kobe's oldest daughter. She just graduated college. She is trying to build her own path, appearing in Vogue, walking red carpets, while the paparazzi stay in her face, the trolls flood her DMs, and every move she makes is followed by whispers of Kobe. Now imagine the internet is debating whether your mother is pregnant. Imagine the weight of that. These rumors are not just about Vanessa, they affect an entire grieving family that is still trying to find its footing. And maybe that is why LeBron, as a father himself, felt justified to speak, even if it was not his place. Let us not sugarcoat it. The reaction to this drama was peak toxic internet. The Shade Room dropped 5 back-to-back posts breaking down Vanessa's outfits. TikTokers made bump analysis videos using conspiracy core music. Streamers reacted live like it was the NBA draft. Some people even faked DMs from insiders. And yet, not a single piece of confirmed evidence ever surfaced about a pregnancy. This whole saga is a wild reflection of what happens when a woman becomes a symbol of a legend and then dares to live beyond it. And that is why this drama is not fading anytime soon. Let us be real, this did not start with an IG live. It started with generational trauma, fame, grief, and the myth of a perfect family. Vanessa has buried her husband. She has clapped back at her mother. She has taken on Nike. She sued the LA County Sheriff's Department over the leaked crash photos. And still, she shows up in public like nothing is broken. But LeBron's confrontation cracked the surface. It reminded the world that behind the curated IG posts and corporate deals, Vanessa is still standing in Kobe's shadow. And that shadow is heavy. The truth is, this is not really about whether Vanessa is pregnant. It is about how Kobe's legacy should be preserved and who has the right to control that narrative. Is it LeBron, the player who carried the Laker torch? Is it Vanessa, the woman who stood by Kobe through the scandals, the injuries, and the tragedies? Or is it the culture, the fans, the internet, the mythmakers who just cannot let go? You have heard the saying, the real war starts after the funeral. Well, in Kobe Bryant's case, that quote hits different. Because ever since the Black Mamba's tragic death, there has been smoke behind the scenes. And not just from bloggers or trolls. We are talking lawsuits, betrayals, inheritance battles, leaked photos, family exiles, and loyalty tests that read like a Hulu docuseries. And at the center of all of it? Vanessa Bryant. The woman who once stood strong at that funeral, honoring Kobe and Gianna with grace, now finds herself the most polarizing widow in pop culture. And here is the truth, the madness did not start with LeBron's IG live. That was just the match. The gasoline had been soaking the house since 2020. And everything since has been chaos. So let us dig into the core. Because in every family feud, it always comes back to the money. According to insiders, Kobe left almost nothing to his parents. His entire estate, estimated at over $600 million, was placed under Vanessa Bryant's control and the Bryant family trust. Joe and Pam Bryant were left out. Even while Kobe was alive, he had reportedly been sending them money privately just to keep things civil. But once he was gone, that ended. One of the most bitter incidents came when his parents tried to auction off his high school memorabilia, rings, jerseys, the works. Kobe was furious. He sent a cease and desist and dragged the case to court. Eventually, his parents had to apologize, and the buyer got a few items, but the emotional damage? Irreparable. Fast forward to 2020, Joe Bryant dies at 69. No grand funeral. No headlines. No public words from Vanessa. Just silence. And, of course, Dr. Umar Johnson had thoughts on that too.
Between Kobe and his parents, the reason why it was so bad was because of Vanessa. Because when he first met Vanessa, his parents told him not to marry her. He's still too young. And I'm sure that she found out about it and said, oh, well, don't deal with your parents then. If they don't like me, I don't like them. And during the course of their relationship, I don't think the parents really could see the grandkids. And, they're kind of, right. Kobe would probably have to give him money under the table so Vanessa wouldn't find out. And then look, after he died, they were...
The message was clear. Vanessa not only buried her husband, but she might have also severed ties to Kobe's roots. But things went from bad to worse. Vanessa's own mother, Sophia Lane, the woman who helped raise her daughters, took her to court. Sophia demanded $96 an hour, 12 hours a day, claiming she was an unpaid nanny and seeking $5 million in back pay. And let us be honest here. This woman was living in a house Kobe paid for, driving a car he bought, and surrounded by actual nannies, all funded by the Bryant household. And yet, after Kobe's death, she sued. To Vanessa, it was the ultimate betrayal. So, she took the house back, reclaimed the car, and cut Sophia off for good. That beef never got resolved. And when comedian Lunel caught wind of the lawsuit, she did not hold back.